Hey everybody, welcome to In for the Win. I'm Sid. We're going to start a new little series through the game Hydroneer. If you haven't played it, it's a physics-based mining automation game with some building aspects. Ultimately, yeah, we'll just get it going. We'll start a new game, and we're not going to use creative mode. We'll just call it Let's Play. So I think I've got around 50 hours on here, and I'm not going to be playing it on my Steam Deck or anything, so we'll leave that off. Is that a capital? That just looks not nice. Let's play. So we'll go new game. So it's a super minimal user interface, which I think I like about it. It makes the game feel a bit more immersive. There is a video tutorial which really does help you out if you're learning the game for the first time. But if you don't feel like watching that, you can watch me and we'll get her started here. So there's places to explore. There's a fair-sized map, but you start off here and you own this little piece of land, the Ember Cradle. So on this land, there's a few things that don't stand out right away, but these are all eligible for you to use. So for example, there's a map here and it shows us the general area. It shows us where we are. We're that blue little dot on the west side of the map. And there's other plots of land we can buy. But for now, we're going to stay at the Ember Cradle and we're going to do some mining here to get started. So they give us the basic tools. You don't start with any money, but if you don't pay close attention, you might not even notice this stuff. So these are actually our pieces of equipment that we're going to get to use. I'm going to bring that over here, and we're going to, I guess I should tell you guys how. The E button is the default grab. So in this game, you're basically going to revolve around moving around, using E to pick stuff up, E to drop stuff, and then you also have the mouse clicks to work with. So your left mouse click will activate or use the item you're holding. So we'll put our lantern down here. And what we also have here is we have a water bucket, we have a brush, and we have a pan. Now everything's got a tooltip that you can see in the bottom left corner. It tells you what it does. Tier 1, dig into bucket, pour into pan. So it gives you a little bit of a walkthrough, but I'll show you how I get stuff started off the get-go. So I just drop the bucket into the lake. We're gonna scoop dirt, and then we're gonna scoop dirt into the bucket using left mouse click. Once you have stuff in there, whoops, it's not flat surface. So then you're actually gonna focus on the physics of the game, and we're gonna have to drop the water into the bucket. Now I'll show you how not to do it. So I missed. Even though my bucket was kind of over top, it didn't actually do anything. So that blue dot on the ground is going to have to go right into the bucket. And as you can see, there's now dirt and water in the bucket. So if we give it a little scrub, we find a piece of ore, in this case, gold. So we're going to keep doing this for a couple minutes here. I'm going to leave the water in there. We're going to scoop out dirt from over there. You have a pretty long distance, and then we're going to grab the bucket and we're going to, oops, not drop the bucket. We're going to dump the water. Drop the bucket back. We'll scrub it with our brush. We'll scoop dirt into the bucket. Grab the water. Drop the water. Oops, no, we want to keep the water in the river. And then we want to grab our brush and scrub. So basically, we'll rinse and repeat this for a couple of minutes. And we'll get some stuff to sell. All right, we'll do one more. Scoop. Dump. Scrub. Okay, so we've got ourselves a few things to sell. It looks like we got iron ore. We found a couple of uncut emeralds. And we got some gold. So what we can do now is once stuff is in a pan, it generally stays in there if it fits. Some items are too big for a pan, i.e. they won't work. So we're going to grab our whole pan. We're going to want to sell this. So we could run and take this where we want to, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to use this handy little wagon here. So same idea with the water. We want to drop it into the wagon, and then we're going to use our hotkey to grab it. So you can use E. I think you can use your mount vehicle. No, you can't use mount vehicle. It's not a vehicle. We'll mount vehicle in a bit here. So if you look at your map, there's Bastion Keep with the exclamation mark to the left. I don't know exactly if the exclamation... Yeah, I think... Oh, no, we're looking for store. No, store is where we buy. Jeweler, that's what we're looking for. So on the map, you can see a jeweler. They're going to want to buy this stuff from us. So we can use E to grab our cart. And it's weird. It'll face whatever direction you're facing. So if I grab it this way, it'll go behind me. So I wanted to grab it this way. So we're going to... You can't sprint. Normally you can... I think it's the control key. You can use the control key to sprint. And so we're going to run up this hill here to Bastion Keep. And we're going to sell our goods. And then we're going to use some of our money to make our process a little bit more efficient rather than just mining everything by hand. Ultimately, we want to make it automated. So we'll let go of our wagon here, and we can bring this whole pan over top here. So we're going to get a whopping 104, what do they call them? Hydro coins, I think. So we're going to click that red button, and that's going to sell everything that we had on this table here. So you can sell weapons as well. We're going to make those later. You can sell jewelry here. So we'll take our bucket and our money and we'll go back down our hill. And yes, there is faster ways to move around. This is not the fastest cart, nor is it the only way to move, as you'll see in a moment here once we hit this corner. This vehicle here is actually ours. We start off with the hydro truck. So we can load goods into it, and we can haul stuff around at a quicker pace than the cart. But the cart does have its added benefits. For example, you can take it all the way over here, right into the store. And so now we want to buy a few things. We don't have a ton of money to work with. We have 104. But I think what we want to do is all of these are expensive. Dull shovels. But what we really want to do is be able to just scoop a bit more. So let's throw another pan in our cart. Now the best thing about the wagon is the items are allowed to clip into each other. So I grab 2 pans, that's 24. And then we're going to grab 2 more buckets. So what do we got? 3 pans total. And then I don't think we have enough for that. We do want this to polish our gems. That's going to be allow us to make some more money. And we definitely want the dull pickaxe because better resources are lower in the dirt. So I think what we'll do is... Do I have enough for 5? I think I probably do. Okay. So we're going to grab this for now. And you can take this whole cart and park it right on here. And then now you can go and see how much you actually are going to spend. So we've thrown our money in there. So just like it gave us the money, it's going to take the money out of here. So 48 left. I'm actually going to leave that in there. I'm not in a huge rush to take it with me. So I'm going to grab my cart. And we're going to bring it all the way back to our base. And we're going to do a little bit more of this process. But we're going to do it slightly quicker. So actually, let's bring it all the way up here. Okay, and then so what we're going to do now, we're going to do the same idea. We're going to get these all on fairly level ground. It is physics based, so if I drop it here, yeah, it might go flying, you never know. And it hits that, so it's in the way. So we're going to put all of our bins down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw our buckets in the water again. And then so we'll stand here and we'll scoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoop that in there and we'll dump water. So dump water, grab another one. Dump water, grab another one. Dump water. So that's why I grab multiple buckets, just to kind of speed up the process. And then we can go Bam, 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 bam. 5 in a row. So we got a power shard in that one. Power shards are not going to sell for anything. We're going to leave it there, but we're not going to stress about that right now. We're just going to keep going, speeding up our process slightly, and we'll get some more cash going here. So we'll just do a little time lapse, and we'll get these filled up, and then we'll get some more money and buy some more upgrades. All right, so we've gathered a few pans worth of materials. So what we can do now is we can dump them all into one pan. So one thing you want to realize when you're dumping stuff with a pan is you always want to do it to like close to you. If you do it on this edge here, you're going to dump half your stuff out. So dump it there. You can stack up your pans if you want, but I'm just going to load them all up. And so what did we get last time? 104? I think we got a bit more than that this time. So let's grab our cart again, and we'll run up the hill. Now the reason why I'm not using the hydro truck is because it is a tight fit up this hill. You can get it through the bridge, but I feel like I have more struggle with the hydro truck not fitting, and it'll hit these lamps and it'll hit those trees. So yeah, I just use this method. So we'll go back over here and we'll triple our last time's profit in about the same amount of time. And as you can see, all the power shards are left over for us to use. So let's go spend a bit more money. I think what we're going to do is there's multiple ways where you could increase your yield, right? You could go down deeper and the stuff is more valuable. But I think initially we can jump down the hill here. I think initially it's more convenient to smelt your stuff down. So let's smack all this stuff together. 413. Do I have enough? What we're going to need is we're going to need a small furnace and a crucible. So I think we're going to be okay. Actually, let's put them on here and see what it tells us. I was going to say it should fit. We're going to need a crucible. And then we need somewhere to pour it. We need a cast mold. Okay, so let's see. See where we're at here. Oh, that's 146. So I think what I want to do is I want to invest in a grinding wheel, because that's going to allow us to cut gems and make them more valuable. And then I want the dull pickaxe. The pickaxe is going to allow us to dig a lot quicker. So let's throw this in here into our collection. Now the difference between a pickaxe and a shovel is a pickaxe, you don't get the dirt. You're not using it to dig in and collect the dirt for the buckets. What we're going to be doing with it is actually digging into the ground itself. So I'm going to... You could place the crucible. If you drop it, it doesn't do anything. Oh, that's not a crucible. That's the small furnace. You have to click it and then place it. So what we'll do is we'll just put it out of here, put it over there. So the one thing I want you to see is this line too. You can't dig this part of the dirt. This is part of the map. All of this dirt here, when you see that clear-cut line, you're able to dig into. So what I'm going to do is, we don't need to do this yet, but we're going to drop that crucible into there. And as you can see, it immediately starts to heat up. We can take our grinding wheel. I think you can drop the grinding wheel and still use it, but we're going to place our grinding wheel over here, half in the dirt. And then what else do we got here? We got, those are just our power shards. Oh no, they fell into the ground. Oh well, we can make do with that. We're going to be using the casting mold in a second, once we get some resources. But what I want to do is actually, I think I'm just going to dig normally here, but I'll just give you a quick demo while, even though it's dark. As you can see, you can just straight up dig down. And so as I was mentioning, you're going to get better resources the lower you go. So there is a bottom though, so keep that in mind. But ultimately, we're going to want to be down here in the ground, messing around, and getting resources that way. Now, as you can see, I'm not fully stuck, but this game does have a great feature. Unstuck, as well as recall nearest vehicle, and clear all dirt chunks and all resources. Now, you're not going to need them yet, but I can promise you later there's going to be a time you're going to need to clear all the resources, because something's going to back up, and you're going to have a bajillion actual entities on the map, and you're going to start lagging. So, we're going to let that go, but we're going to go back to our process here. We're going to do some smelting. After we do some digging and cleaning, and then after we get a bit more gold, we're gonna get our baby steps of automation started, so I won't have to scoop water buckets anymore. That's one of the more tedious parts, if you ask me. So we got that in there. We're gonna do that, and we're just gonna keep this process going. Hopefully it'll be daylight soon. We can buy a miner's helm, but it's a little pricey off the get-go. It's around 300, so I might as well just wait. It's totally doable in the quote dark. Now, I probably have my gamma set up too. You can change settings. There's some good ones, including audio. Once you realize like you don't want to hear the machines or the water dripping, you can go into those settings and modify them all. So, oops, going the wrong way. So yeah, we'll get a few more piles of various resources here. And then we'll do a quick demo on smelting. Basically, this game is a lot of weight based. So the more resources and the heavier you make stuff, the more value it's going to be. So for now, we'll do one more round, and then we'll sort out what we got. Turn it into some more value. Oh, I didn't put dirt in yet. And the reason, yeah, you really want to automate is this is just tedious, right? It's fun. I really enjoy this aspect of it, but after however many hours, you get a little tired of it. Okay, so let's just dump everything into one bin. Doesn't look like we got any power shards, which is alright. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take all these goodies over here, and we're going to dump them here. And it looks like we got just the two types. So this thing is red hot. It's not going to burn us, but it is red hot. But when you drop resources into it, it's going to melt down. So we'll put in all of our gold. Can't mix gold and iron together. Well, you can mix them, but they're not going to smelt together into a bar. So we're going to put all our gold in there, one bit at a time. And we're going to heat it up. And we're going to wait. Eventually you hear a little fizzle sound. And that's going to tell you that stuff has boiled or melted or whatever the technical term is. Should happen. There it is. Did you hear in the background? Sounds like something's cooking. Sounds like your food's done on raft. Just do this while I'm here. So we could actually take this piece of gold and we can add it to it. See? And the rest, oh, there's one more piece, so add it into here. We'll get it all as a bar. And now we're going to use our casting mold. You can't place this down, you just want this wherever. So all we're going to do is follow our same things. I'm going to dump our little bar into there. There we go. Now let's put our iron. So since it's hot and on the fire, it'll automatically melt it. So we'll grab all these pieces of iron and melt them all down as well. And then we'll go back and see how much these are worth. Should we get these ones quick? I will just use, yeah, we might as well. Okay, we'll dump this into there. And now we're going to take our iron, dump it into there. And let's grab a pan. Oops. Let's take our 2 bars and see what they're worth. It's definitely not as much material, but we've spent some time turning it into a more usable resource. So in theory, the shop up at the hill would appreciate that, the jeweler. So we're going to take it up there and we're going to see what they offer us. So these 2 bars are now worth 204. So when you think about how much I sold, it's not very much. And the other thing I want to point out though is that throughout the map, there is stock markets demanding certain things. So this one wants just iron bars, but it's at a 91% cost. So if we we know that bar is worth 81 over here. Let's go see what that individual bar is worth over here.
Handcrafted product fetch hefty prices.
89. So obviously we don't want to use the stock market, right? We want to use that. Okay. So we've gotten a few more dollars. We're gonna run back down. I see if we have enough for a few pipes. We're gonna need to start pulling water out of the lake or out of the river, mind you, and put it to use. So we got 204. Does it stack in there? I didn't think it did. You can stack it out here. Or can you? There we go. 265 to work with. So, $36 for an intake, which is very much important. Are you gonna fall? Oh, it's gonna stay. Okay, so then we're gonna need some straights and tees. How much are they? We'll do 1 more straight, 1 more tee. We'll see how much we're at.
Looking for something?
136 out of 265. Okay, we're gonna bring some more tees and a couple more straights.
You won't find better prices than these.
Okay, 265. I'm gonna bring 1 curve just in case. Actually, do I need 2? Can I get 2 curves? Oh, I think I have a penny left. I do. Look at that. 1 single coin. Okay, so now we have enough to do some quote-unquote basic automation. And when I say basic automation, I literally mean we're going to remove the step of grabbing the water. We're going to make that a manual or an automatic process. And we're going to buy some blocks. They're not very much money and they'll help us keep stuff level and make it a lot easier to place the buckets on, the pans. Take our penny, add it to the pile. And then over here, you can buy for $5 concrete blocks. So I think I want to buy 5 for now. Probably buy more. But we're not going to be super frugal with our money. So let's buy 6 just to be sure. And these ones, you have to stack them in here. And now we can actually make use of our hydro truck. So we'll back our hydro truck up towards the door here. And it's the same kind of idea like the contents of your cart. They can clip into each other. They just have to be inside the truck. So obviously I pulled this truck way too close. It's not ideal. And the other thing to point out is that there is these little handy tutorials around that you can look at as well. If you feel lost. Okay, so let's go back here and let's start anew. That's a handy way to stack items or get them out of your face, is to pretend like you're going to place them and press E to cancel them and they'll drop. Okay, so where are we going to set up? We're going to put this one right here. Oh, no, we want it closer. You can go there. Autosave. I hope it's an autosave. Thank you. Whew, scared me for a second. Thought it was going to be a little frozen game after I haven't saved. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our straight sections. I'm going to bring the water out as far as we can for the time being. We'll move our tools out of the way and our buckets out of the way. I parked that way too far. Back her right up here. Hit that hole. Should be able to get out of that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place these blocks. So we're not going to place them here. We're going to place them here because we're going to have this going out in that direction. So let's place... Oh, as you can see, I've got the block upside down because of how other stuff was rotated earlier. So once you have it on the right orientation, it's pretty easy to fix. Okay. So we're going to put all these blocks down here. We can always move these elsewhere. They don't have to be right where I put them. And the idea is that we are going to have these lined up right here. Oops. So we'll put some more T's. And now we got water dripping off. What do we got? We got a curve. So let's curve it back this way. All right. Now we're really going to speed up the process. So we're going to put a bucket right in front of each. I'm going to put this up top here. Sorry, a pan. Buckets are for water. Pans for actually getting resources. We got this one here. There you go. You want to make sure it's filling up. Where'd my other pan go? I was pretty sure I had 5. I was fairly positive I bought 5. But I'm only human and I make mistakes as well. Did I drive over it? Nope. Most peculiar. Okay, so now again we can grab our tools and we can speed up. Oh, not that tool. We will be using this tool later, but that's going to be more for our actual once we get really digging. So we want to load. We technically want to go lower. The lower we go, the better. More valuable resources down there. So we're still going to be doing stuff manually. But now there's no water scooping process, which makes it a little bit easier. Okay. It's giving me a weird error. So yeah, basically this is going to be our first setup, getting started layout, and then in the next episode, so it looks like water's not going into this one properly. There we go. Yeah, and then from here, we're going to expand on and add in automation as we progress and start making more money. For now, it's just a little bit of handwork. Ideally, after, you know, a couple more sessions of digging, smelting, cutting gems, we'll have enough money to further make the process automated. So with that, we'll end off episode 1 of our Let's Play through Hydroneer. I'm Sinister or Sin, and I appreciate you coming by. Hopefully you got something out of the video, and I'll be back in the future. Thanks everybody. Cheers.